Hello everybody, welcome to speaknsee channel. Like and subscribe if you would. And by now you're probably wondering, where is my stimulus check and am I going to be getting it? Well, there's a couple things you can always do to find out exactly where the Congress is and how they're acting right now and what's going on in the meetings that they're at. Well, we know what Pelosi's doing. She's in a meeting of her own, which nobody knows what she's doing. I think she's just sitting back having a cup of coffee and just waiting inside her room, being paid good money to not do anything and to hold our checks. So, but what you can do to go look and find out where our Eidl check is, Bill S4227, and where any bill is and what is in the top 10 list of the Congress, you go to congress.gov. With that, we go into congress.gov. First thing I'm going to do is click in here and go S.4227. We click into that. And there it is right here up top. It's Jackie Rosen as a sponsor. We got 6 co-sponsors, which is where we were left at before. We had 6, so nothing's changed in the last month. So we don't have anybody else hopping on board of that, which is not a really good sign for us. Hopefully they'll pick that one back up. But what you can do is go to the most viewed bills in the top 10 right here. Usually gives you an idea of what's going on and where they're at. The number 1 bill we're looking at right now is the Born Alive Abortion Survivors Protection Act. So I guess that's on the table right now. And what this is you come down, you click on it, and it will say, give you the summary of it. This bill establishes requirements for the degree of care a healthcare practitioner must exercise in the event a child is born alive following an abortion or attempted abortion. The healthcare present must exercise the same degree of care reasonably provided to another child born alive at the gestational age. Immediately admit the child to a hospital. The bill also requires healthcare practitioners or other employees immediately report any failure to comply with this requirement. Oh, okay, that's what they're saying, is they will press charges. Criminally violates a person who violates the requirements is subject to criminal penalties, a fine and up to 5 years in prison, or both. So basically they were saying, yeah, if a child is born alive, you got to treat it like a living child. You're not allowed to go dump them in a bottle of formaldehyde, and close the lid. So that's the number 1 thing on the table. And who sponsors that? That's a Republican bill, I believe. Yeah, these are all Republican bills here. And there's Rubio on there. Yeah, Marco's down there. Okay, this is all Republicans on there. There's no Democrats on this. This is a pro-life bill. That's what's on number 1. What's on number 2? On the, we'll just go over a couple of these real quick. Kind of gives you an idea on how you're going to vote as well, I think. Sometimes morals go over money. And the second bill here is, we got the HEROES Act. Oh, nope, that's still I clicked on the wrong one. HEROES Act is the number 2, 6,800. Let's check that out. I like that. Usually the HEROES Act means money. It's only got 11 sponsors, so it doesn't have a lot of backing. Let's see who's doing this one. These are some Democrats in here too. Let's see what they got for us. And you always want to go check and see if your senators supporting the bills that you approve of and you like, and that way you'll know which way to go. Okay, this is a Health Economic Recovery Omnibus Emergency Solutions Act. Boy, they're so good at these acronyms. I wish I could get that good at acronyms. Okay, this bill responds to COVID-19 outbreak and its impact on the economy, public health, state and local governments. I think we can all use a little bit of this one. Emergency supplemental appropriations for federal agencies, provides payments and other assistance states, local, tribal, and territorial governments. That's good. Provides an additional direct payment of $1,200 per. Oh, that's good, guys. That's nice to see that. And $1,200 per individual. Ooh, per individual. That'd be nice, especially if you got kids. Expands paid sick days, family leave, medical leave, unemployment compensation, nutrition and food assistance, housing assistance, and payments and to farmers. Modifies and expands PPP, which provides loans and grants to small businesses and nonprofits organizations. Yay! Establishes. Okay, we like this bill. Why aren't we doing this one? We need to hurry up and do this one. Extends and expands moratorium on certain evictions, cost sharing for COVID-19 treatments, provides requirements for COVID-19 testing and contact tracing, requires employees to develop and implement infectious disease exposure control plans. Okay, that's a good bill. Let's see if that one goes through. Hopefully, if Nancy would come out of her room, we could maybe sign that one. Okay, the third one here is the H.R. 6666. You would think they would at least change the number 7 or 6677, but 666, it kind of gives a bad taste in our mouths just from the get go. And I've read about this one. There's 68 Democratic co-sponsors on it. What it is, it's all Democratic co-sponsors, but what it is, it's a tracing, testing, reaching, and contacting everyone. T.R.A.C.E Act. And it basically does contact and traces everyone. And what it does, it allows for money to be given to people. Say in your neighborhood, your neighbor would be getting a grant for the T.R.A.C.E Act, but they would in turn have to go and test everybody in that neighborhood. And if they find that you are tested positive for COVID, they would make sure you didn't leave your house. Or if you were going into a school, there would be somebody there before you walked in saying, okay, we need to take your temperature, we need to do this, and do you have a card saying that you don't have COVID. It really kind of gets into your private life. And you think the Patriot Act was a bad thing for your rights? That's because everything would be based around this 6666 COVID Act. It's I don't know. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you can even work for the government and start testing people. Who knows? Anyway, that's what's on the bill. Oh yeah, and by the way, this one is also, I looked at it, it's $100 billion bill. So I'd rather give the money to the people and just the families and their kids for the food and their rent and stuff like that than to make a big another government agency organization that will be in our grill every day. So anyway, those are the three bills that we looked at that are on the table, and that gives you an idea of who you're going to vote for. You can check in to see where your senators are at and what they are doing. If they are doing something that you agree with, vote for them. If they're doing something you disagree with, vote for somebody else. So hopefully that will kind of enlighten you to go to this page. The next one, there's a Families First Coronavirus Response Act, then a Delivering for America Act. I wonder what the acronym is on that. Whoa, that's probably a really long one. Postal Accountability Enhancement Act, Gun Violence Prevention and Community Safety Act, the CARES Act is way down there. New Way Forward Act, and another CARES Act. So hopefully you guys can go to congress.gov and figure out which way you're going to be swinging your votes to, if you're going to swing them at all, or you're just going one way on ticket or another. Anyway, this gives you a little bit of insight on what's going on in your Congress. And also, you may want to one day go to the U.S. Senate floor, which is senate.gov. And here you can find other congressional bills and laws and acts. And here's the 116th Congress here. And you can also, with this, look into, if you go back into the congress.gov, they also have videos of when the Congress is in session that day. They actually have the live videos of the session. So if you were interested in the bill that was going to come up, you could always watch it on here as well, whether it's in the House of Representatives or the Senate. Anyway, hopefully this helps. And if you ever want to get in touch with your congressman, you can also go to sbc.senate.gov. And this is how we give our feedback to our senators. We go into the feedback page, and if I wanted to go in here, I would type in my name and address, and that would make sure that the reason they want your name and address is so it goes to the senator of the state that you live in. And you can let them know if you were satisfied, dissatisfied, and please describe your experience. And with the experience, we've been talking, this is where we're coming to right S4 4227, and please support that bill. And then you just type that in and send it to your congressman or your senator. And hopefully this gives you a little more education on how to find things and go about checking up on your senators and congressmen before you vote. All right, thanks a lot, guys. You have a blessed day. Like and subscribe. Bye.